larger than life. It is called Texas high school football. Only one show can bring the greatest sport from the greatest state into focus. Lone Star Gridiron.
All right, everybody, join me in welcoming John Norman to the show. John, first off, thank you for being here.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
And second, congratulations on being inducted to the Texas High School Football Hall of Fame.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it, man. It's a huge honor, and I'm elated about it. It was a surprising call, and so I'm just overjoyed and humbled by the opportunity.
Nice. And how'd that call go? What were you doing at the time? How'd you find out?
Yeah, so I actually had just pulled up into my driveway coming home from, I think I was picking up or dropping off some kids or something somewhere. I just pulled into my driveway and I had gotten a call from my high school head coach, John Parchman. And it was funny because I hadn't talked to him in a while. And so I think I picked it up on the last ring or whatnot. And as I was sitting there, he talked to me, explained to me, broke the news or whatnot. And, it was a multitude of emotions. Yeah. I was, again, like I said, I was surprised, but then I was happy and got a little emotional. My eyeballs may have been sweating a little bit. But yeah, it's a huge honor, man, and I'm just very appreciative.
Excellent. And so, did you grow up in Midland?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I was born and raised in Midland. Went through the Midland ISD school system and graduated from Lee High School. It was at that time we had a busing system, so I went to several different schools.
Really?
I was at Pease Elementary, and then 4th grade we went to another school, Henderson. 5th grade we went to another school, Emerson, and then 6th grade back at Pease. Then we had junior high, went to Goddard Junior High, and then high school at Lee. So we bounced around quite a bit.
But you got to spend all 4 years at Lee, though.
Absolutely, okay. Absolutely. Well, our freshman school is separate from our high school.
Yeah,
went to Lee freshman and then Lee High School. Yes, sir.
Okay, so talk to me about football. When did you get first introduced to the sport?
First introduced to the sport, so my first love was soccer. That was my first sport that I played, and I was out running around somewhere, and Coach Howard King saw me, and he came to my dad and was like, "Hey, I want him to play for me." Yeah. And went out there, and my dad was helping him coach and everything, and so this was in the GMFL. Greater Midland Football League, which was our Pop Warner. Yeah. And so that was in 2nd grade. It was in 2nd grade, but I always played a year up. So I was playing with 3rd graders, and I was in 2nd, and because you couldn't start till 3rd grade actually, and then so as I played up, then I had that extra year in 6th grade before going to junior high. So. That's how I got started, man. I played then, and then played through high school, played through college. It's funny. I tell my brothers, my youngest brother won the state championship with Lee. Yeah, 2 of them actually. My middle brother, he won a national championship at OU back in 2000. But I tell them all the time I won the first championship in GMFL. So
there you go. Nice. So talk about your high school career there, because it was pretty amazing. I mean, defensively you were a beast.
Yes, sir. Well, and I tell people, I was just having fun, man. Yeah. It was I was just a kid from the east side of Midland, man, where, I had great friends. In one particular group, we called ourselves the Fab Five because we did everything together. It was 5 of us, and we played football, we played basketball, we ran track, we even sang in the choir together, all 5 of us, and we were, inseparable, basically. But not just them, but, the teammates that we had out there on the field and stuff, that was just it was just a fun experience, man. Like, we were kids, and it's always things that we wish we hadn't did at that time, but messing around or whatnot. But yeah, man, we just had a awesome experience, and we never did. Our class never did win the championship, but I like to tell people we was the best team to never do it.
Nice. Talk about the season. 11 interceptions in one season.
Yes, sir.
That's pretty amazing.
You know what? What's funny though is you the first person that got that correct. Really? Yeah. If you look in the record books, it'll say 10, and I'm tied with Eric Netherland.
Right.
However, they didn't count that one that I had in the playoffs. Yeah. So yeah, I actually had 11 in one season, man. And but yeah, it was again, I was just out there playing, man, just having fun, and doing what the coaches asked me to do, and yeah, it was a great year that year. Yeah. Yeah, man. I don't know what else to say about that. It was just, it was amazing, man. I can say this though, going through it at the time, you don't think about that, yeah. But looking back over it, it's not many people that do that.
No, not at all. and looking back at your high school career,
yeah.
What pops into mind first when you think back on it?
I guess our rivalries that we had with Mojo and those were huge games, man. Like at Memorial Stadium, when we played at Memorial Stadium or at Ratliff, but Memorial in particular, man, that was standing room only.
Yeah.
That was back when Memorial had stands on both sides, which they don't now. And then in the end zones and stuff, it's like the old movies, man, where you watching the parents, lined up against the gate, and you see all the older guys out there, coming to the games and stuff. And man, that Friday Night Lights is something different, man. And I'm just grateful that I had the opportunity to be a part of that.
Right on. And so coming out of high school, as you're in your senior year, you're getting recruited pretty heavily.
Yes, sir.
Talk about who all recruited you, and then how you settled on Tech.
Well, that was interesting as well. Growing up, man, I wanted to go to Michigan.
Really?
I just liked their colors and stuff.
Yeah.
Didn't know anything about them, but I was like, ooh, I like Michigan Wolverines.
That's all right.
I love animals, so Wolverine was one of my favorite animals and stuff. It was, just.
And they had a Fab Five.
Yeah, they did. They had a Fab Five as well, and so and then as I was getting recruited in my junior year. I got recruited by everyone except Florida State. No, it was Florida. Florida is the only one I didn't receive a letter from. That's what we used to do back then, to get letters from schools and stuff. And so, as I was winding it down, I guess, my senior year, it came down to a few teams, Miami being one of them, and then in Texas, in Texas Tech. Texas Tech, Coach Dykes. Mm-hmm. Coach Dykes was the first coach to come into my home. He was a down-to-earth coach.
Yeah.
He loved. He was from that West Texas background, and so he was. That was one of the main things. The others was my my best friend. He had the opportunity to go there, Antoine Alexander. Mm-hmm. Some other guys that we had played with, Dominique Rhodes from Abilene Cooper. He was going to be going there, and we just had a great class, man. And going up there all the time and visiting and things of that nature, it was a great time. And so it was closer to home. My dad could come to all the games. And I felt like it was an up and coming program at the time, and so those were some of the major factors in me going to Tech, and I don't regret it at all. I had a great time up there as well, and I learned a lot through those years.
Nice. And talk about your tech years, as a player, as a student, as a collegiate, what are your memories there?
Man, it's a lot of memories.
Yeah, I bet.
A lot of memories.
There's a lot of
from
memories
tech.
made in college.
Yeah, I tell people all the time, man, like, shoot, college is, even if you just go for the experience, college is a great experience. You're meeting people from all over the country that's coming in from different areas and stuff, and it's just a great experience overall. And playing football, it was, the same thing. We were freshmen coming in there, having to earn our stripes, so to speak. But we felt like we were out there in scout team just pouring it on them. And so I was able to, I didn't start my freshman year, but I played a lot my freshman year, and also was, able to be a punt returner and things like that as well, doing the special teams. So that's what we played a lot on the special teams and stuff. And then as the years went on, my sophomore, junior, senior season, I was able to start and all of that. And it was, it was fun, man, playing, I go back to my freshman year. Our first game was against Peyton Manning and the Tennessee Volunteers, and it didn't turn out too well. But that was an awesome experience. To get to go to Tennessee at the time. I believe it was like 108, 111,000 people. They had just expanded the stadium, and it was so loud. But just those experiences like that, going playing against A&M and going to those that College Station and Nebraska and all of those places, just being able to travel around and go to those different areas and experience different areas than you're used to. That was just a great experience.
Yeah, it kind of opens up your whole world.
Absolutely,
when you see it.
absolutely.
Yeah. So talk to me about after college. What was next?
So I got in a call from Philadelphia Eagles, and had an opportunity to go to training camp there, I did pretty well. But my senior year at Texas Tech, I moved to linebacker. That was when Coach Leach had came in, and Dykes, Coach Dykes had retired. Coach Leach came in and brought in a whole new staff, and so we went to a true 4-3 defense, and that's when the air raid offense came in and all of that, and so it was a totally different staff, and so I moved to a true linebacker, outside linebacker, versus a raider back position, which I played before, and so when I got a call from the Eagles, they actually wanted me to come in as a linebacker, and in this day and age, I think I tell people sometimes I was a little ahead of my time, because I was about 220 at the time. So I was small for a linebacker then, but big for a safety.
Right.
And so I was kind of a hybrid player like that. And they just had a stable of linebackers. So I made it all the way to the last cut. It was a great experience for me, being up there with, all pros like Jeremiah Trotter and Dawkins and the likes of those guys, and then on the other side of the ball, Deuce Staley and Donovan and all of those guys. Man, it was a fun time being up there, a great experience again. And so after that, after I was released from the Eagles, I played like 7 years arena football after that, bouncing around the country in different places, Wichita, Kansas, Lakeland, Florida, all over the place. And I played 7 years, and about, I guess that 7th year was my last year in Lakeland, Florida. I was like, okay, it's time to go find a real job. So but that was, that was my football career there, and now I'm just doing, I'm doing what I love now, and I'm trying to pour it back into the kids nowadays. So that's what I'm doing now. Is I run youth sports leagues.
Oh, nice.
We started out with football and cheer, and We've grown now in 3 years. We've grown to where we have volleyball, track and field in the summer, two-touch football 9-on-9 in the spring, a baseball league in the spring, a volleyball club team, and even lacrosse. We have lacrosse out there now. And so, yeah, that's what we do now. So I'm still getting my athletic fix, I guess you could say. I've always wanted to work with children and kids and stuff. And so being able to pour into them and it explains some of those experiences that I went through, giving them the opportunity to let them know that they can do it as well.
Nice. And where is that? Is that back in Midland?
Yes, sir. Back in Midland. Nice. Yes, sir.
Nice. Very cool. Go ahead and give a plug for the company.
Oh, okay. Well, it's power5sportsleague.org is our website, and that's POW and the number 5 in place of the E, then rsportsleague.org. And yeah, like I said, we run all of those different, you can find us on the social medias, Instagram and TikTok and Facebook. And, we run, myself and my partner, Antoine Alexander, who's back with me. I was able to, get him from the school system last year. So he's almost been with me almost a year now. We run a podcast called P5 Podcast, where we, just explain, talking about the journey of youth sports through to the pros. And I'm a current author as well. I just wrote a book called Hall of Fame Kids. Nice. Which explains a lot of those things that, I went through in my journey to kind of pass along to the youth of today.
I love it. And a couple hours from now, you're going to be at the induction ceremony.
Yes, sir.
And, without giving away your speech, what's the message going to be to the audience?
Oh, man, I think I already gave it away, man. Because, you wouldn't know it without me telling you. But, man, I just, I'm so grateful and humbled, with this opportunity, man. And I tell people, it's not about me. It's about, I'm just a vessel that God has used on this earth, and I'm just trying to be the best steward of this vessel, and just let everybody know, man. That, you can achieve as much as you put your mind to, and without even knowing it, because I never thought about this honor or anything like that, but it happened, and I just want to use this platform for the greater good, and just make things better in life, and so like I said, it's not about me, it's about the God in me, and so I hope these it could inspire the next generation.
I love that. Well, John Norman, thank you so much for sitting down with me.
Yes, sir.
And again, congratulations.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Lone Star Gridiron is looking for interns. Over the years, we have helped dozens of students get jobs in sports media. If you want to shortcut your path to a career in sports media, click on the internship link on LoneStarGridiron.com.